Thank you very much. Welcome back. Great start to the event this morning. I was sitting in the back and learned a lot more about everything. All right. Well, Ian talked about how Databricks is working on making big data simple. Well, there's another side to how you actually put this into production and make it go at enterprise scale. And that's what I'm going to talk about. What do we see, what have we learned from customers who are in fact taking Spark into large, mission-critical, enterprise-grade applications? Now, you are probably all somewhere on this journey. You're either here to learn, start doing something with Spark, you might be doing a lot with Spark, or you're at the top end of this kind of ladder with mission-critical applications already running in your enterprise. Well, the good news is, on this journey, there's a lot to think about, mostly about your application, but there's also how do you actually get this into mission-critical scale? Because what ends up happening is that the minute confidence builds in an organization, more and more groups want the power of what's the results and the value, right? So first of all, good news, lots of people are doing this at large scale. You saw some of the things this morning. You know, we have examples from healthcare, from government, from telecoms, from financial services industries, all in large-scale environments. And I'm going to show you 4 specific examples today. Now, the common thread here, if you ask, you know, what is it people think about, it really comes down to a couple of things. Easy, full Spark stack support. Just, you know, you can go get the componentry and you can try to stitch it all together, but does the Hadoop distribution, which is what we're a maker of a full, complete Hadoop distribution, does it just come with everything you want, which makes life easy? Second, you are trying to improve the velocity. You're trying to make things go faster. So is the architecture of the core underlying distribution something that, in fact, enables that real-time performance that you're looking for? Enterprise-grade reliability. As soon as the application grows, becomes mainstream, and people start depending on it, IT and lots of folks who are in the deployment business care a lot about enterprise reliability. And lastly, this, you know, you can see how fast this whole environment is moving. So is it open-ended, and is it really agile to keep up with things that are going to keep coming, you know, every 6 months, every year through these things? So first, let's start with the 4 examples. I'm going to start with Cisco. Cisco runs a very large, complex network monitoring and threat detection system as a managed service around the world. And what they've got, they use Spark streaming to process the incoming messages in real time. They use all the components of the full Spark stack. So here's an example of an organization that, again, needed on the Hadoop infrastructure the ability to run the full stack, run it in real time, fast ingestion using NFS, which is our Hadoop distribution uniquely makes possible, just mounting the entire cluster with NFS. And that's one of the big reasons why people find it so much easier just in the basics of ingesting the data. And then using Spark SQL here to process and interrogate the data. You can tell this for Cisco is a mission-critical application. It has to keep up. It has to deliver the kind of SLAs that they've got to their customers and internally. Second one is Quantium. Quantium is a company in Australia who is out to probably build the largest cluster, big data cluster in Australia. Now, they are a service provider that provides analytic services to a variety of industries, ranging from retail to banking to telecoms and a variety of other industries. And what they do is they've made it easy for their end users to access analytics and in the cloud. And what they needed was they also needed the ability to get from their customers' business systems data, ingesting it, again, NFS, full Spark support, and the ability to provide interactive or near interactive performance to the end user, who typically is a line of business user. They are not a coder. They're not writing code. They're actually using graphical tools, dashboards. And so Quantium realized that what they needed to do was not just meet a heightened level of SLA, which, by the way, if they can deliver better SLAs, it's actually a competitive advantage for them, right? The third example here is Novartis. In in genomics and drug design. This is a case in which their models keep changing faster than they are able to keep up with. So the faster they are able to be agile with delivering new and changing models to their researchers, the faster the entire process of medicinal discovery, right? So again, NFS, ingestion, reduction in ETL processing time, just a big deal. Just getting the data through the system, getting the researcher more productive, and be able to rely on it on a mission-critical basis. Another example where they have multi-tenant requirements because there are different departments all using a shared cluster, and those departments have confidential data that needs to be kept firewalled from each other. So built into the infrastructure. And you know, you can see the theme building here, which is the 3 examples so far, have all been about typically multiple customers, therefore multi-tenancy, fast ingestion rates, and taking the headache of is this going to stay up or not, because all of these people have gotten to a point where they are in fact using these in mission-critical situations. And the last example here is Razer Site. So Razer Site, again, serves the needs of a variety of different customers. They create analytical models for customers who are business users, then who tap into these and use them on a day-to-day basis. They again use the entire Spark stack, fast ingestion, reduced ETL. So they went from a world of kind of batch ETL to much more of an ingest and go real-time world. And by the way, they found in this case that they got to about 1/10 the total cost of ownership compared to doing it with classical enterprise data warehousing technology. Which, by the way, the legacy could never have gotten to the real-time requirements that these people had. So the end benefit in this particular case is the time to onboard a new customer has dropped from months to weeks, which is a huge advantage for them in terms of just making it easier for end users to be able to have this kind of the value from big data. And I point this out because you're probably all at some phase in that. Either you're creating an application for use inside your own company, or you are a service provider creating applications that other end users are going to need, and the same themes show up over and over and over. So Databricks, we are really proud about the partnership that we have as MapR with Databricks. It's been going on for some time. It involves a complete arrangement for one-stop phone call for support issues, as I told you, the complete stack, engineering collaboration. And one of the things that makes it easy is you are able to get the entire componentry as a part of our distribution. By the way, we have a completely free distribution you can download and use in production. And of course, there are paid versions that have enterprise-grade support and features such as disaster recovery and mirroring and snapshots and all the rest of that comes with mission critical. In fact, mission critical is why most of our customers usually wind up picking us, with the second reason being it's just NFS. It makes life so much easier. So one of the things that we're seeing the leading edge customers also do is increasingly move away from the notion of, well, I've got my analytics cluster and I've got my operational cluster into really one. And the MapR distribution makes this possible in an integrated fashion to have a single cluster that really pulls all this together. And that's one of the reasons why the real-time capability coupled with enterprise-grade mission-critical capability is possible. So we're really proud of what we're doing with Databricks on trying to take away the headache, and it's our contribution at the infrastructure level, bringing Hadoop, Spark together and making it possible for you to have infrastructure that you can just rely on and just get data into and out of pretty fast. So I'm really happy to announce that this morning we brought 3 new QuickStart solutions to market. One is around real-time security log analytics, another is around time series, and one around genome sequencing. These are time-bound, typically 6 to 8 week engagements. They're designed to not try to do big science projects that last a year and who knows how much they cost. They're trying to get you down to quickly have value. So QuickStart Solutions. I'd also like to point you to a great Apache project. You can go download this and try it. This is a self-describing schema generator, so you don't have to know what's in the data. I mention it here only because typically with big data, it often starts with, I don't actually know what to do with it. So using Apache Drill, you can point it to a file, it will self-discover schema and start helping users in your organization to figure out what kind of use cases they might have the ability to dive into. We also have a set of courses on basic Hadoop cluster management skills online, free. Go check it out. It's complementary to the kind of courses that were described this morning from Databricks. And last, it's an event. So of course, there's a booth downstairs, and you can go enter to win Xbox and Guitar Hero. So you got to show off your singing skills, though. And you can also get a nice temporary tattoo to show your love for Spark, OK? All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. MapR is the maker of the top-ranked Hadoop, the top-ranked NoSQL database, and top-ranked SQL on Hadoop. If you don't know about us, come on down, check us out, and maybe we can help you on your journey. Thank you.